Society's annotation of the sentence.
Where's the master? I pray, good sir, keep below. Where is thy master, boatswain?
Do you not hear him? You bar our labour. Keep your cabins, you do assist the storm.
Nay, good be patient.
When the sea is, hence, what care these wars for the name of king? Your cabins, silence, trouble us not.
Remember who thou hast aboard.
None that I love more than myself. You're a counsellor. If you can command these elements to silence, work the peaceful at present, then we won't hand them out more. And if you cannot, we'll get back to you lived so long. Make yourself ready in your cabin for this chance of the hour that's so happy.
Father, my cruel eyes lighten those whip-off vessels. We must win the stormy pace.
Oh, thank heavens! The prince is here, with such an astute eye as to save us. Prithee, clear, those idle hands have already been lent.
My heart, stay below, I pray thee. There are God's precious blood and courage.
Another?
Ah! What's bringing this captain to see her in the temple? Winds to blow thy sail! Lightning to cook thy meal and rain to steam thy face!
Prithee, peace, you fools! Clearly, my good hearts, out of the way, I say!
Great comfort from this fellow. Methinks he hath no drowning mark upon him. His complexion is perfect gallows. Stand fast, good fate, to his hanging, and make the rope of his destiny our cable, for our own little advantage. If he be not born to be hanged, our case is miserable.
Bring in the topsail! Yard! Lower! Lower, I say! A plague upon this howling! You're louder than the weather office! Yet again! What do you here? Shall we just give over and drown? Your minds to sink?
May pox on your throat, you falling, blasphemous, incharitable dog!
Work you then!
Hand, hand, you ancient portion, we are less afraid to drown than thou art. I warrant him for drowning, though his ship were no stronger than a nutshell, and as leaky as an unstacked wave.
Lay her off! Off, I say! Bring her to the main course! Lay her off! Lay her off! What? Must our mouths be cold? Must it just fall into these depths?
The king and prince at prayers. Let's assist them, for our case is as theirs.
I am out of patience! We are robbed of our lives by horses. Thou wide-toothed rascal, have thy mages seen the drowning of the washing over 10 times?
He'll be hanged yet, though every drop swore against it, and gave that wasted love.
Mercy on us! Farewell, my two children! Farewell, brother!
Let us sink with the king. Let's take leave of him.
How will I give 1,000 furlongs of sea for an acre of barren ground? Long heath, brown furs, anything. The rules above be done, but I would fain die a dry death.
By your art, my dearest father, you put the wild waters in this broad Elena. The sky, it seems, to pour down stinking pitch, that the sea, mounting to the welkin, she dashes the fire out.
collected. No more amazement. Tell your piteous heart there's no harm done.
Oh, woe the day!
No harm! I have done nothing but to care of thee. Of thee, my dear one. Thee, my daughter, who art ignorant of what thou art, naught knowing of whence I am, that I am greater than Prospero, master of a full porcel, and thy no greater father.
More to know to never meddle with my thoughts.
'Tis time I should inform thee. Come, lend me thy hand, and pluck my magic arm from me. Now wipe thou thine eyes. Have comfort. The direful spectacle of the wreck, which hath touched the very virtue of compassion in thee, have I, with such provision in mine art, ordered so safely, that not a soul, nor hair but is to any creature on the vessel, that thou heardst cry, that thou saw'st sink, be harmed. Sit, for thou must know, Father.
You have often begun to tell me what I am, but stopped, and led me to a Buddhist inquisition, concluding stay, not yet.
The hour is now come. The very minute bids that the ope thine ear, obey, and be attentive. Canst thou remember a time before we came to this island? I think not, for but then thou was but 3 years old.
Certainly, sir, I can.
By what? By any other house or person? Of anything, tell me what thou hast kept within thy remembrance.
'Tis far off, and rather I could dream than an assurance my remembrance warrants. Had I not 4 or 5 women once attended me?
Thou hadst, and more, Miranda. But how is it that this stays in thy mind? Prithee, let tell.
But that I do not.
12 years, Miranda, 12 years since, thy father was Duke of Milan, and a prince of power.
Sir, are not you my father?
Thy mother was a piece of virtue, and she said thou wast my daughter. And thy father, Duke of Milan, had but one heir, a princess, no worse issued.
Oh, the heavens! What foul play could we came from thence? Or blessed was we did?
Both, my girl. By foul play, as thou sayest, will we heave thence, but blessedly hold hither.
Oh, my heart bleeds to think of the torment that I turned you to, which is from my remembrance. Please you, father.
By thy uncle and my brother, Antonio. I pray thee, mark me, that a brother should be so perfidious. He, who next thyself I loved of all the world, and to him put manage of my state, as at that time being first among states, and I, Prospero, the prime duke, so reputed in dignity and for the liberal arts without a parallel. Those, being my study, I cast government upon thy brother, to which he became strange and wrapped in secret studies. Thy false uncle! Dost thou attend me?
Sir, most heedfully.
Now, I pray thee, that here I was perfected on how to grant suits, how to deny them, who to advance and who to trash for overtopping. New created the creatures that were mine, replaced them, or else formed them new. He had in key of both office and officer, set all hearts in the state to a tune which pleased his ear. Thou attempts not!
Oh, good sir, I do.
I pray thee, mark me, in my brother awakened an evil nature. For I, at that time, had neglected all worldly ends, dedicated to the bettering of my mind, and by being so retired, he did believe he was indeed the Duke of Milan, hence his ambition growing. Dost thou hear me?
Your tale, sir, would cure deafness.
To have no screen between this part he played, and him he played it for, he needs be absolute Milan. He did whisper venomous lies in the ears of those I once called friend, that I were weak, inept, neglectful. So dry he was to sway with the King of Naples, that he did offer him annual tribute, do him homage, subject his crown to the coronet, and beg the once great Duke of Milan to most ignoble stooping.
Oh, the heavens!
then tell me if this might be your brother.
I should sin to think but nobly of my grandmother. Good wounds have borne bad sons.
Now, the condition. This King of Naples, being enemy to me, hearkens my brother's suit. For he did indeed say, the dukedom was not of mine, and confer fair Milan upon my brother. There, one midnight fainted to the purpose, a treacherous army levied. Did he, Antonio, open the gates of Milan, and there rush me and thy crying self.
Lack for pity. I, not remembering how I cried out then, will cry so again, which is a hint that brings my eyes to it.
Here a little further. For here then, this Antonio, traitor that he was, left us. The love my people bore me. They took me in, me and thyself. There, in few, they hurried us aboard a rotten butt. Sail, nor mast, not tackle, nor rigged. The very rats instinctively had quit the vessel. There they hoist us out to sea, me and thy crying self, that did us but loving wrong.
Lack, what trouble was I then to you?
Oh, my sweet, thou wast but a cherubim. There, thou didst smile, infused with a fortitude from the heavens, that did in me inspire a fortitude to survive.
How came we ashore?
By providence divine, a noble Neapolitan, Gonzalo, of his charity gave us some food, some fresh water, some rich garments, trinkets, spices, and other such necessities. There, he being good, knowing how I love my books, furnished me with a collection from my library that I prize above my dukedom.
Would I might but ever meet the man?
We did ride on this isle of Ents, and I have I been thy schoolmaster. Here I have done thee more profit than other princes can, who have time for vainer hours and tutors not so careful.
And heaven thank you for it. And now, I pray you, sir, for still 'tis beating in my mind, your reason for raising this sea storm.
Here thus far forth, by accident most strange, bountiful fortune, mine enemies have arrived upon this shore. Here, cease more questions. Thou art inclined to sleep. 'Tis a good dullness, and give it way, for I know thou canst not choose. Ariel, by Ariel, I am ready now. Come, my Ariel.
All hail, great master, hail. I come to answer thy best pleasure.
Hast thou, spirit, performed to point to the Tempest which I bade thee?
In absolute. The most wondrous and opaque illusion did I fall on them.
Bravely, my spirit, thou hast done. So firm, so constant, that this coil could not infect their reason.
Not a soul perished, on their sustained garments not a blemished, but fresher than before. And as thou bades me, I dispersed them in troops about the isle. The king's son Ferdinand, with his hair all upstaring, and like reeds not hair, I've left by himself, in there's an odd angle of the isle, as if his hands in the sad knot.
Why, that's my spirit, and they will believe him perished.
In absolute, for the most wondrous and opaque illusion did I fall on them.
But are they, Ariel, safe?
Of course.
Thy charge exactly is performed. But come, there's more work to be done. What's the time of day?
At the 6th hour.
2 glasses. The time twixt now and 6 must be spent by both of us most preciously.
Is there more toil? I prithee thee remember what thou hast promised, what has not yet been performed of me.
How now? Moody, what is it thou canst demand?
My liberty?
Thy liberty? Nay, this most of all I shall not grant.
Prithee thee remember that I have done thee worthy service, told thee no lies, done without grudge or grumblings. Thou Thou did promise to bathe me a full year.
I never told thee how dearly I hold thee, Ariel. Till now, it hath often been my custom to convert my soul to you. My most loyal servant, companion, friend. Does my service to you not sufficiently provide excitement, serenity, joy?
Most dearly it does so.
Then why, prithee, wish thou be free?
The lives of mortals are fleeting for my kind. It does not do me well to be confined to mortal lifestyle bounds.
Dost thou remember how I found thee?
Irresolute, for the most one, my torment did thou feel me for.
Yes, by the foul witch Sycorax, who with age and envy grew into a hoop. Where was it she was from?
Sir, from Argive.
Yes, in Argive, this damned witch Sycorax, the mischiefs manifold, sorceries too terrible to enter human hearing, from Argive was banished. Is not this true?
I, sir,
There, this blue-eyed hag was hither come into with child. Thou spirit would know, for then thou wast her servant. And there, being too delicate a spirit, thou could not perform her earthy, abhorrent commands. Refusing her grand hests, she did confine thee, with help of her more potent ministers, to a cloven pine. There, thou didst remain a dozen winters, where thou didst cry. Thou wilt remember that this spirit, this Sycorax, had perished, leaving none upon the isle, save but for a hag-born, freckled whelp, not honoured with human shape.
yes, Caliban, her son.
Yes, dull thing I say so, which now I do keep in my service. Thou'st do best to remember how I found thee, for then thy groans were as loud as wolves howl, penetrating the breasts of ever angry bears. It was mine art by which thou wert freed, and made gape the oak pine.
And I thank thee, sir.
If thou more murmurest, I will rend an oak, and peg thee in his knotty entrails.
I, sir, I will be more abhorrent to command, and do my spiriting gently.
Do so, and in 2 days thou shalt be free.
What shall I do? Say what? What shall I do?
Go, make thyself like a nymph. Be subject to no sight but mine. Go, invisible to every idol else. Hither, take this shape and come in't. Go, hence with diligence. Awake, dear heart, awake. Thou hast slept well. Awake.
Oh, the strangeness of your story put heaviness in me.
Shake it off. You must visit my beastly slave.
If you don't mind me saying, you're much too harsh to Caliban.
I do, and you're much too gentle on the beast. Do not forget the evil wound from which it clawed. Evil may hide its claws, but its nature remains to emerge. Yet, it doth make our fires, serve in offices that provide us. What ho, slave, thou earth, thou speak.
There's wood enough within.
Thou poisonous slave, got by the devil himself upon this wicked dam, come forth!
As wicked do as air mine with a brush, with raven's feather from unwholesome fen, drop on you a southwest, blow on you, and blister ye all over.
For this, be sure, tonight thou shalt have cramps, side stitches that shall pen thy breath up. Urchins shall froth at vast of night, that they might work all exercise upon thee. Thou shalt be pinched as thick as honeycomb, each pinch more stinging than bees that may.
Is but the tip of what you're owed.
Excellent thing! With humane care undeserved, did I lodge thee, feed and water thee, a vile creature, abandoned by his mother, with none to care for, that wouldst so die in its helpless infancy, else I took mercy upon and raised thee. Foolish were I, a greater mercy would it have been to cast thee into the sea.
Thou lie! This island is mine by birthright. You feed me from my own berries, shelter me beneath my own rock. All thou takest from me is that which is mine by Sycorax, my mother, whom thou murdered. We were happy here before.
A creature as thee knows nothing of happiness. Be it a twisted form at that. Under me you've been given far greater than which otherwise the hag would have provided, else ailed thee. You were but a cow when I liberated thee from the foulest Sycorax and raised thee alongside mine own daughter, by which thou hast been given gifts of humanity, knowledge, language.
And my profit on it is, I know how to curse. The red plague rid you for learning me your language. And yet, in my infancy, did I love thee, showed thee the qualities of the isles, the fresh springs, brine pits? A fool were I, not to realize sooner the truth of thou matricide.
Dost thou not know, crones make the most unfit and abhorrent parents?
Like fathers who fail to protect their child's mother, or who desert their offspring upon foreign isles, far greater than thy is deserved the fairest Miranda.
Stay my daughter's name from within thou foul cavity! It does dirty that which is pure. Come, my Ariel, hearken thine ear.
Caliban, forgive my father. He can be most cruel.
And odorous,
Yes,
and growing hairier,
yes,
and now he doth chew his mouth open like cow.
yes, I noticed that. I do think perhaps he's turning into a cow. Perhaps we're all a fine little form.
Then my task it will be to milk.
Alas, though he be cruel, and maybe becoming a cow, he doth me well for us, I think.
My lord, it shall be done.
Hagseed, hence, fetch us in fuel. Shruggest thou malice? If thou dost not what I command, thou shalt be racked with old cramps. Thy bones shall ache, and thou shalt cry so loudly that creatures shall tremble at thy din.
Underneath the yellow sands, and then take hands. Curtsy when you haven't kissed the wild waves west. Flirting feebly here and there, as watchdogs bear the burden. Hark, hark, burden disperse thee within. Thou where the watchdogs bark. Hark, hark, I hear the string, the shuddering chanticleer. Cry, cock-a-diddly-dow.
Where should this music be? In the air? Or the earth? It sounds no more. And sure, it waits upon some god of the island, sitting on a bank, whipping again the king, my father's wreck. This music crept by me upon the waters, allaying both their fury and my passion with its sweet air. Thence I have followed it, or have drawn me rather. It is gone. No, it begins again.
Oh, fire, thy father lies, of his bones are coral made, those are pearls that were his eyes. Nothing often that doth change, but he doth suffer a sea change into something rich and strange. See him sadly ring his knell. Hark, hark, ding dong, hark thy little ding dong bell.
Then deity does remember my drowned father. This is no mortal business, nor no sun that the earth rose. I here is now above me.
Advance thou thine eye, and say what thou seest yond.
What is it? A spirit? Lord, how it looks about! Believe me, sir, it carries a brave form, but 'tis a spirit.
No, child, it eats and sleeps, and hath such senses as we. This gallant was here lost in the wreck, and strays about the island to find his fellow countrymen.
I might call him a thing divine, for nothing natural ever saw so noble.
It goes on, I see, as my soul prompts it. Fine Ariel, thou shalt be free in 2 days to this.
Oh, sure, the goddess on whom these airs attend. Vouchsafe my prayer may know, if you'll remain upon this island, and if you will, some good instruction give, how may bear me here. My prime request, which I do last pronounce, is of you wonder, if you be maid or no.
No wonder, sir, but certainly an aid.
My language, heavens, I am the best to speak this speech, were I but word spoken.
How? The best? What wert thou if the King of Naples were to hear thee?
A single thing, as I am now, that wonders to hear thee speak of Naples. He does hear me, and that he does I weep. For myself and Naples, with mine own eyes, never since it ebb, beheld the king my father wrecked.
Alack for mercy!
Yes, faith. And all his companions, the Duke of Milan, and his brave son being twain.
The Duke of Milan and his more braver daughter could control thee, if now 'twere fit to do it. They have changed eyes, and my plan goes as prompted. A word, sir. I fear you've done yourself some loving wrong. A word.
Why speaks my father so urgently? Is it the third man that I saw, the first that I sighed for? Pity move my father to be inclined my way.
Oh, if your affection will come forth, I'll make thee queen of Naples.
Soft, sir, one word more. They are both in either's powers now, but this swift business I must make uneasy, lest too light a prize make too light the winning. One word more, sir. I charge thee a spy upon this isle, here to take it from me, the Lord on it.
No, as I am a man.
There's nothing ill can dwell in such a temple. If the ill spirits have so fair a house, good things will strive to dwell in it.
Come, follow. Speak not you for him, he's a traitor. Come on, I'll manacle thy feet and neck together. Thy drink, seawater, thy food, fresh brook mussels, withered roosts, and decayed meats. Come!
No, I will resist such entertainment, till mine enemy has more power.
Oh dear father, make not too rash a trial of him, for he's gentle and not fearful.
Thy traitor, thy raise thee sword, but dare makes a strike. Thou is but a showman. Here with this sword, I could disarm it with this here stick, should I so fit to do it.
Beseech you, father!
Hence, hang not on my garments.
Sir, have pity, I'll be his surety.
Silence. One word more shall make me chide thee, if not hate thee. Foolish wench. This, the pinnacle of beauty. Nay, this, to most of men, is but a Caliban, and they to him are angels.
My affections are then most humble. I have no ambition to see a goodly man.
Come on, obey. Thy nerves are in their infancy, and dare not strike.
So they are. My spirits, as in a dream, are all bound up. The loss of my father, the weakness which I feel, the wrack of all my friends, nor this man's strength to one subdued, are but light to me. Might I, but for this prison once a day, behold this maid? All else corners of the earth, let liberty make use of. Space enough have I in such prison.
It works, I see, as I planned. Ariel, thou shalt be free for this. Come, follow me.
Be of comfort. My father's of a better nature, sir, and he appears by speech. This is unwanted which thou came from him.
Thou shalt be free as the mountain winds, but to all points of my command.
To the syllable.
Come, follow. Speak not for him.
Beseech you, sir, be merry. You have cause, so have we all, of joy. For our escape is much beyond our wills. Our theme of woe is come. Every day some sailor's wife, the masters of some merchant, and the merchant himself have just our hymns of woe. But for the miracle, I mean of our preservation, few in millions can speak of us. Then why is it, good sir? Weigh our sorrow with our comfort.
Prithee, peace.
He receives comfort like cold porridge.
The visitor will not leave him be.
Look, he's winding up the watch of his wit. By and by it will strike.
Sir,
1, 10,
when every grief is entertained that's offered, comes to the entertainer.
$1.
Dollar comes to him indeed, spoken true in a new purpose.
You have taken it wiselier than I meant you should.
Though this isle seems desert, inaccessible, and uninhabitable, yet
He could not miss it.
it needs be of subtle, tender, and delicate temperance.
Temperance was a delicate wench.
Aye, and as subtle, as he most learnedly delivered.
The air breathes upon us here most sweetly.
As if it had lungs, and rotten ones.
Oh, as 'twere perfumed by a fen.
Here is everything advantageous to life.
Yes, save means to live.
Of that there's none, or little.
How lush and lusty the grass looks, how green.
The ground indeed is tawny.
Oh, with a tinge of green.
He does not miss much.
No, he doth mistake the truth totally.
But the rarity of it is, which is indeed almost beyond credit, our clothes being as they were, drenched in the sea, whole notwithstanding their freshness and gloss, being rather new dyed than stained with salt water. Methinks our clothes are now as fresh as when we first put them on in Africa, at the marriage of your fair daughter Clarabelle to the King of Tunis. Is not my doublet as fresh as the day I first wore it? I mean when I wore it at your daughter's marriage.
You cram these words into mine ears against the stomach of my sense. Would I have not married my daughter there, for coming thence my son is lost, and she too, who is so far from Italy removed, I ne'er again shall see her. O thou mine heir of Naples and of Milan, what strange fish hath made his meal on thee?
Sir, he may live. I saw him. I saw him beat the surges under him and ride upon their backs. He trod the water whose enmity he flung aside, and breasted the surge most swollen that came to meet him. His bold head o'er a contentious wave he kept, and stroked in lusty stroke to the shore, and o'er his wave-worn basis bowed, as stooping to relieve him. I not doubt he came alive to land.
No. No. He's gone.
Sir, you may thank yourself for this great loss. They would not bless our Europe with your daughter, but rather lose her to an African. where she is at least banished from your eye, which hath cause to wet the grief on it.
Prithee, peace.
You were kneeled to, and importuned otherwise, by all of us. And the fair soul herself weighed between loathness and obedience at which end of the beam should bow. We've lost your son, I fear, forever. Milan and Naples have more widows in them of this business making than we bring men to comfort them. The thought's your own.
So is the dearest o'er the loss.
My lord Sebastian, the truth you speak doth lack some time and gentleness to speak it in. You rub the sore when you should bring the ointment.
Very well.
It is foul weather in us all, good sir, when you are kind. Methinks this isle doth show promise of a verdant spring.
And if you had plantation of this isle,
It's sowed with nettle seed.
Or docks, or mallows.
and if you were king on it, what would you do?
Escape being drunk for want of wine.
In the Commonwealth, I would by contraries execute all things, for no kind of traffic would I admit. No name of magistrate, letters should not be known. Contract, succession, born, bound, tilth, vineyard, none. Use of service, metal, or wine, or oil, none. No occupation, all men idle, all, and women too, but innocent and pure, no sovereignty.
Yet he would be king on.
The latter end of his commonwealth forgets the beginning.
All things in common nature should produce without sweat or endeavour. Treason, sword, pike, knife, gun. But nature should bring forth of its own kind, all poison, all abundance, to feed my innocent people.
No marrying among his subjects?
No, all idle men, whores and knaves.
I would with such perfection govern, sir, to excel the golden age. Oh,
Save his majesty.
Long live Gonzalo!
do you mock me, sir?
No, prithee, no more. Thou dost speak nothing to me.
Do well believe your highness, and did it to minister occasion to these gentlemen, who are of such sensitive and nimble lungs that they always used to laugh at nothing,
'Twas you we laughed at.
who in the same kind of merry fooling am nothing to you, so you may continue and laugh at nothing still.
Ooh! What a blow there was given!
If it had not fallen flat long.
You are gentlemen of brave metal. You would steal the moon out of her spear if she would pause but 5 weeks.
Oh, we would so, and then go back fouling.
Nay, good my lord, be not angry.
No, I warrant you, I will not adventure my discretion so weakly. How will you laugh me asleep? For I am very heavy.
Go sleep and hear us.
What? So soon asleep? I wish mine eyes would. With themselves shut up my thoughts. I find them inclined to do so.
Do not omit the heavy offering. It seldom visits sorrow.
And when it doth, it is a comfort.
We too, my lord, will guard your person while you take your rest and watch you safely.
Thank you, fair brother.
What a strange drowsiness possesses him.
'Tis the quality of the climate.
Why doth it not then our island sink? I find myself not disposed to sleep.
Nor I. My spirits are nimble. They fell together, as if by consent, dropped like a thunderstruck. What may, O worthy Sebastian, oh, what may? No more! And yet, methinks I see it in thy face where thou should belong. I imagine a crown dropping upon thy head.
What? Art thou waking?
Dost thou not hear me speak?
I do, and surely it is a sleepy language, and thou speakest out of thy sleep. What is it thou didst say? This is a strange repose to be asleep with eyes wide open, standing, speaking, moving, and yet so fast asleep.
It is thy fortune that is sleeping, nay, dead. Thou winkest whilst thou art waking.
Thou dost snore distinctly.
I am more serious than my custom, and you should be too, as if it shall be the treble 3 over.
Well, I am standing water.
I can teach you how to flow.
Do so. To ebb hereditary sloth instruct me.
You so much cherish the purpose, or thus you mock it, to strip it while you thus invest it. Ebbing men do so most often indeed near the bottom, run by fear or sloth.
Prithee, say on. Thine eye and cheek proclaim a matter from the inner birth which throws thee much to you.
Our Lord is of little remembrance, and he who lies here, when he is buried, will be of no memory. He has almost persuaded that the king, his son, is alive. He is the spirit of persuasion. He professes to persuade, and yet 'tis as impossible that he is undrowned, that he who sleeps here swims.
I have no hope that he is undrowned.
And what great hope can come from no hope? One way, no hope. Another way, such high a hope that ambition cannot pierce or wink beyond. There is no discovery there. Will you grant me that Ferdinand is drowned?
He's gone.
And who is the heir of Naples?
Clarabelle.
She that is queen of Tunis. She that is 10 leagues out of man's reach. She that of Naples has no notes.
'Tis true, my brother's daughter's queen of Tunis. So is she heir of Naples, twixt which regions there is some space.
Space whose every cubit cries out, how will Clarabelle measure us to Tunis? Let her stay, and let Sebastian wait. They will be seized by this death. They will be no worse off. Do you understand me?
Methinks I do. I remember you did supplant your brother Prospero.
And look how well my garments fall upon you. My brother's servants were then my fellows. Now they are my men.
Thy case, dear friend, shall be my precedent. As thou gottest Milan, I'll come by Naples. Draw thy sword. One stroke shall free thee from the tribute which thou payest, and I, the king, shall love thee.
We shall wear away not this guilt, for if it is a sword, it will make us fool to our slipper. Hold not this deity in your bosom. He who lies here will be no better than the ground he lies upon. That is, if he is so close to you. That is dead. Do as you must, and we shall then follow the ancient morsel to upbraid our course. Draw thy sword and rear it. When I fall it, let it go upon Gonzalo.
My master throws off to see the danger that you are in, and sends me forth, or else his project dies, to keep them living.
While you are here, do snoring lie. Open night and spare aside this time of pain. If of life you keep a care, shake or slumber and beware.
Awake, awake!
Now, good angels, preserve the king! Awake, awake!
What? How now, awake ho? Why are you drawn? Wherefore this ghastly looking?
What's the matter?
Well, whilst we stood here, securing your repose, we heard a hollow burst of bellowing, like bulls, or rather, lions. Did not wake you, it struck mine ear most terribly.
I heard nothing.
Then it was to make a monster, to make an earthquake. Yeah, it was like a whole herd of lions.
Heard you this, Gonzalo?
Upon mine honor, sir, I heard a humming, and that a strange one too, which did awake me. But I did not hear the roar. 'Tis best we stand upon our guard, or that we quit this place.
Lead off this ground, and let's make further search for my poor son.
My Lord Prospero shall hear of what I've done. So, King, go safely to seek thy son.
All the infections the sun sucks up, from bogs, fens, flats on Prospero fall, and make him by inch meal a disease. By crude power he commands my every action, to warm him, serve him, feed him, shelter him. My death would surely bring theirs. Too weak and too ignorant of the land to survive. And yet, if Prospero were to perish, all the better for it would I be. A cruel paradox that the competent and laborious must serve the incompetent to the deficit of the former. Another of master's pawns approaches. Never flee on the back of mine island.
Goosey, gander, whither shall I wander? Upstairs or downstairs? And in my lady's chamber, there I met an old man who wouldn't say his prayers, so I took him by his left leg and threw him down the stairs. Oh, what have we here? Is it a man or a goat? Looks like a goat. Ah, smells like a goat. I'm a goat. Oh. He speaks. Doth he stand upon 2 feet also? Come, arise to my them. Or rather thou, that I descend down to thine and lay with thee. Ahoy! A more peculiar creature I never met, with such a spur and such a strange visage.
Do not mock me!
Nay, why presume that these are insults? Without such oddities, people would be so dull. Look upon me. In my realm, they call me freak. And I run with it. They come to see me and my friends, and we command their fantasies. Man, we're all kings and queens, and you would be a king, queen, or something amongst. They call me Trinculon the Fool. And what is thou title?
My title.
My name.
Caliban.
Caliban. The unassuming.
Unassuming? Pah! I assume thou mother were a hamster.
Thou art most amusing. My master would like you.
You too serve the master.
I, the benign king of Milan, he commands me to entertain him on his may revel in it, were it not for a grave misstep too far from my love it took from me. There upon the rocks, I saw him strike. Oh, my dearest Ferdinand! Oh, a cruel imbalance that it cannot suffer the same pain that it hath inflicted.
My master acts much of me also, to hunt and to cook, to create fire and fetch logs, and pokes at my back with hot spikes when I am too slow.
Caliban the slave, he makes you wear that chain. You must trust me, please. Ah, there. Now you are Caliban the free. Take my hand, and let us be friends.
Come, I will show thee the qualities of the isle, the fresh springs, the brine pits, all the many fishes and berries, and the winged toads.
There be some sports are painful, but their labor, delight in them sets off. Some kinds of baseness are nobly undergone, and most poor matters point to rich ends. My mean task would be as heavy to me as odious. But my mistress, she quickens what's dead, and turns my labors pleasures. Oh, she is 10 times more gentle than her father's crown is composed of harshness. I must remove some thousands of these logs and pile them upon a soaring junction. My mistress weeps when she sees me work, and says such baseness I'd never like executor. I forget, but these sweet thoughts do ever refresh my labors.
Alas now, pray you, work not so hard. I would the lightning had burnt up this long-story joyful pile. Pray set it down and rest you, when this birds will weep for having wearied you. My father's hard at study. Pray set it down and rest yourself. He's safe for these 3 hours.
No, most dear mistress, the sun shall set before I shall discharge what I must try to do.
If you'll sit down, I'll bear your logs the while. Pray give me that, I'll carry it to the pile.
No, precious creature, I'd rather crack my sinews, break my back, than you should such dishonor undergo while I sit lazy by.
It would become me as well as it does you, and I will do it with much more ease. My good will is to it, and yours it is against.
Poor worm, thou art infected. This visitation shows it.
You look weary.
No, 'tis fresh morning with me when you are by. I do beseech you, chiefly, that I say my prayers. What is your name?
Miranda. Oh, my father, I've broken your hest to say so.
Admired Miranda, indeed the top of admiration, worth what's dearest to the world. Full many a lady in my eyes with best regard, and many a time, after harmony of their tongues, into bondage brought my tutelage here. For several virtues have I like several women, never any with soulful soul, but some defect in them did quarrel with the noblest grace they owed, and put it to the foil. But you, oh you, so perfect and so peerless, are made of every creature's best.
I do not know one of my sex, no woman's face remember, save from my glass mine own. Nor have I seen more that I may call men than you, good friend, and my dear father. How features are abroad I am unaware, but by my modesty, the jewel of my dowry, I would not wish any companion in the world but you, nor can imagination form a shape besides itself to like them. But I imagine something too wildly, and my father's precept I dare to forget.
I am, in my condition, a Prince Miranda. I do think perhaps a king, though I pray not so. Hear my soul speak. The the very moment that I set my eyes on you, did my heart fly to your service. There resides to make me slave to it. And for your sake am I this patient long man.
Do you love me?
O heaven, O earth, bear witness to this sound, and crown why profess of kind event if I speak truly. If hollowly, invert what is best boded to me to mischief. I, beyond all limit of what else in the world, do love, prize, honor thee.
I'm a fool to weep at what I'm glad of.
Fair encounter of two most rare affection. Heavens rain grace on that which breathed between them.
Wherefore weep you?
At my unworthiness, that dare not offer what I desire to give, much less take what I shall die to want. But this is trifling, and the more it seeks to hide itself, the more it swells. Hence, bashful cunning and prompting, plain and ready innocence. I'm your wife if you will marry me, if not I'll die your maid. To be your fellow you can deny me, but I'll be your servant whether you will or no.
My lady dearest, and I thus humble ever.
My husband then?
I, with a heart as willing as bondage ever of freedom, here is my hand.
And mine, with my heart in. And now, farewell, till half an hour hence.
1,000,000.
So glad of this as they, I cannot be, but my rejoice could not be greater. I must to my book, for by dusk much business must I perform.
What did thou think of the brine pits?
They were satisfactory. I'm much more of a man of bogs, you see. In brine pits you are merely pickled, whereas in the bog you are decomposed. I will see to it that there are more bogs installed in this island.
As I told thee before, I am subject to a tyrant, a sorcerer, that by his cunning hath cheated me of the island. He commands great power, a bastardized version of witchcraft, in comparison to my mother's pale and hideous, but power regardless. Power to destroy and to heal, power to command spirits, and power to command storms.
What speak you?
Yes, you know.
No, and pray, say no more.
You do know. You must know. The Tempest was not by divine power, but by manipulation. It was he, Prospero, who commanded the Tempest. Prospero, who murdered your love. Prospero murdered Ferdinand.
Speak no more.
His skull cracking upon the rocks, his memories of you oozing upon them. His lungs burned with water, his lips turning blue.
I said, speak no more, creator.
But you hear, you know.
Prospero, he will suffer, as Ferdinand did, as I do. Wherefore came his hatred for Ferdinand?
Little care has he for the lives of lesser beings. He views all the world his pawns to toy with or bend to his desire.
Why deserve he of such power?
Yes, he is unworthy of it. Unlike thee, thou shalt take it from him.
How? And for why?
He possesses a staff. That is the power, not he. He is weak. Break the staff, and I dare say doing so will break all he has done undone.
Undone?
Yes, most possibly.
Aye, Caliban. On this day, I swear that his staff, his body, and his spirit will break to restore what he has taken from me. You have given me a beacon of hope on this dark day, my friend. How now shall this be accomplished? Canst thou bring me to a party?
I'll yield him the seat where thou mayst knock a nail into his head.
To die is too quick a mercy. He must suffer the same pain he hath caused me. Who else is with him?
A bootlicking servant, Ariel. She's an irritating spirit, always singing.
But has he a family? A wife? A child?
No, none. Just he, I, whom he has no care for, and Ariel. She's an elusive creature, you shan't see her.
A great disappointment. Alas. Come, let us gather some berries so we may feast prior to our great crescendo.
Ariel, have you no greater desire than to toy with me?
Oh, I do. I have great desires.
Oh, I'm sorry, I thought you were someone else.
Wherefore presume you have not, but I sing as ethereal as she,
Thou art not Ariel. But how do you know of her?
the loyal spirit servant Ariel. Trinculo of Milan.
Miranda?
Oh, thou art more fairer than other island creatures I've encountered here. Trinculo Trinculo from Calaban is a beautiful creature, but perhaps you are the counter.
You know Calaban?
I, my very bestest friend.
Friend?
Rather, how is it that you know Calaban? Ah, best friend! We were just speaking about me and Miranda. You didn't mention you had other island friends?
That she is west of the island, far from where she ought to be and far insignificant.
Miranda knows she has enough strength to carry an entire load. Perhaps she would benefit from it.
But her heavy footsteps would sully all.
Miranda, what say you? Can't you join us on our adventure?
I really ought to be getting back soon.
Ah! A great loss! I will see about those berries.
Calaban, your chains are gone. I did not think Father would free you.
He would never, even in his death would he keep me. Friend freed me.
You met a friend. I'm so happy for you. I've met someone too, someone special. I want you to meet them. What troubles you? Calaban, go to the place you like. At least your father's business is concluded. I fear it's not safe.
I have one last task, but then we will both be free.
Calaban, what's wrong?
Hungry.
Come, let us feed now. Ah!
By our laking, sir, I can go no further. My old bones ache. By your patience, I needs must rest me.
Oh Lord, I cannot blame thee, whom myself I find attached to the weariness of my dulling spirits. Sit down and rest.
Aye.
Even here I put off my hope and keep it no longer for my flatterer. He is drowned whom thus we stray to find, and the sea mocks our frustrate search of land. Well, let it go.
I, for one, am right glad that they are so out of hope. Do not repulse. Forgo the purpose they resolve to effect.
The next advantage we shall take fully.
Let it be done tonight, when they are oppressed by travel. They will not, nor cannot be as vigilant as when they are fresh.
I said something. No more.
What harmony is this? My good friends, hark.
Marvelous sweet music.
Great heavens! What is this?
A great banquet! Though I showed my eye, it was not here moments ago.
This weird island has provided for us, and in its benevolence, chosen to spare us.
Huzzah! I shall kiss thy brow.
Though this island seems of wicked intent, it now appears of a constitution more kind and gentle than only human generation.
Thou hast said well, honest lord, for some of you
to and feast upon this meal, though I suspect it be my last. But I fear the best is past. Brother, my Lord Duke, stand to and do as we.
You are the great men of sin, who now by destiny are down to this lower world of retribution by the instruments of it, and all what's in it. The gluten sea has spat you upon this island, where man doth not live, and you, amongst men, are most unfit to live. I have made you mad, but even with such like valour, men hang and drown their proper selves. You fools! I and my kin are ministers of fate. The elements by which your swords are forged most wound the loud winds, or with pitiful stabs kill the closing waters, as diminished but one feather of my plume. My ministers are like invulnerable. If you could hurt us, your swords grew too heavy for your diminishing strength. Hark, let this message ring in your minds, that you three from Milan did supplant with Prospero, exposed into the sea, which now avenges him and his innocent child against foul deeds, the powers delaying, not forgetting, having sensed the wind, the sea, and the sky, all creatures against your peace. The body of thy son Alonso lay proclaimed, in the sea's depths his corpse resides, pronouncing your lingering prediction, worse than death, can do at once, shall step by step attend you in your ways, guarding from your wrath. Where here, on this most desolate isle, else falls upon your heads, is nothing more than a heart sorrow and a clear life ensuing.
In the name of something holy, why sit you in this strange stare?
Bravely as the figure of thy spirit performed my Ariel. Mine enemies are here, under my high charms, and knit in their hysteria. There I must go, and visit young Ferdinand, whom they all believe drowned.
My lord, my lord!
Oh, he's monstrous! Monstrous! Methought the billows spoke and told me of it. The winds sing it to me. And the thunder, that deep and dreadful organ pipe, pronounced the name of Prospero. Pronounced punishment for my sins. And now, my son at the use is banded. And I will seek him. And narrow life with him the blood.
If one demon at a time, I'll fight their legions.
I will be thy second.
Spare grips all three of them. Like a great poison, given to work a great deal after, it now begins to devour them. A base punishment ill-fitting the crime. I must follow them, and hinder them to whatever this ecstasy may now provoke them to.
Why have you austerely punished Hector? Your compensation makes amends. For here I give thee but a third of mine own life. All thy vexations were but a trial of thy love, which thou hast strangely stood the test. So here, afore the heavens, I ratify this, my gift to you. O Ferdinand, do not smile at me, that I may boast of her. For thou shalt soon find she shall outstrip all praise and leave it behind her.
I do believe it.
Then, as my gift, take my daughter. But if thou break her virgin not before all sanctimonious ceremonies are performed, then hear this. Heavens shall not rain sweet rain upon this contract, but barren hate, sour-eyed disdain, and discord shall bestrew your union. With weeds in
in thy bed, so loathsome that thou shalt grow to hate it. Therefore, take heed, and may Hymen's lamp guide thee.
As I hope for quiet days and long life, with such love as this now, not the murkiest den, nor the darkest temptation shall melt mine anger into lust.
Fairly spoke. Sit and be with her. Come, Ariel, come.
What should I do? Not. My good master, here I am.
Thou last service did thee worthily perform, but yet I have another. Go from this place between realms and fetch the divine mistress Hecate, for here I must bestow a marriage upon this young couple. It is my promise, and they expect it of me.
Presently.
Aye, with a twink.
Before you can say come and go, and free of titles, cry so. Each one drifting on his toes, will be here with mop and mow. Do you love me, master, no?
Dearly, my delicate Ariel. But go, and don't come back till thou dost hear me call.
Well,
Look thou be true. Do not give dalliance too much the rein, for it is in the fire and the blood that the strongest oaths are formed. So here, be abstemious, or else good night your vow.
I warrant you, sir, the white virgin snow upon my heart abates the ardor of my liver.
Well said. Come, my Ariel, doth the great mistress accept?
Presently.
Perform to point the instructions that I gave you, and hold one another's hand. All eyes, no tongue, be still.
Call upon the east, like breath. I call upon the south, within the heart and heart of mouth. I call upon the west, secret rest, earth quiet fast. I call upon the north, quiet mountain, return to the source. As the cold binds your hearts to one another, so do your lives become one to one another. Feel the hearts beat to sleep. Here hearts beat as one. My age may from my native tracks, with blood to my fertility. So I made of my soul, and with blood divine this strength. But I may I am you by virtues to protect and preserve from spreading fertility. Live in one another's souls, feel one another's pleasures and pains, love singularly, eternally lasting, should be all in my nature. All this I must hold by and declare thee my heart.
My daughter, and now my son, who I am proud to call you. Go, await in thy chambers. I shall be with you shortly.
The child returns, lost, the child lost, the child secrets of thee. As dies the mother, you will lose your child.
My greatest failure returns to me.
This is strange. Your father's in some ambition that works him strongly.
never till this day saw I him so touched with anger, so does Tempest. I fear the coming moments will be most dark.
Ariel! Ariel, my son, and Ariel, come!
Thy thoughts I cleave to. What's thy pleasure?
Here,
I must prepare to meet with the hagborn, be with the betrothed, and ensure that no harm fall upon them.
I go.
A devil! A born devil! On whose nature nurture can never stick! On whom my pains, humanely taken, all lost, quite lost! And as with age, his body grows uglier, and so his mind does canker. He come here to take my daughter. No, I shall rid him to the plain and set a roaring fire upon him.
Brilliant. Tread softly, but the blind Lord may not hear a footfall. We now are near his sound.
With tad more patience, be you for mine vengeance.
Yes, and then finally what is over will be done to the tyrant Prospero. His pride makes him blind and deaf and be too ignorant to sense our presence.
Hatseed! Betrayer! Ungrateful coveter! Weakling fool! Your treachery be born of base desire. That being a desire so base as thy mind can't appreciate greater thought. Here, so base your desire that you challenge me in a contest thou can never win. Thy pitiful challenge only proves thou insolence. The fire I shall cast upon and burn thee with shall illuminate thy mind such that thou shalt die better informed.
To die by your sword be a greater joy than to live beneath your boot. Thy neglect and thy hubris have brought me the means by which to challenge you.
To call this a challenge is an insult to my power. Who be this thrall, my most trivial opponent?
I am Trinculo the Fool, and soon the Slayer of Wizards.
Thou art but an inconsequential abscess of my pawns. And yet, thou art ignorant of my power, and so shall be spared.
Nay, I witnessed the full extent of my power in the Tempest, and yet I survived.
Thou survived only by my permittance of it. What is it that the Hagseed may have said to get you to face these horrors once more?
For my love, whom thou murdered. In the Tempest I shall take vengeance upon thee, and with thy staff rectify thy most grave mistake, such that we may be together.
Foolish child, to be deceived by a lesser being. Nothing of which has been done can be undone.
To the rottenness of thy tongue is appeared to match thy appearance.
Don't let his words muddy your intent. Still, it is he you want to kill. It's he who murdered your Loughborough.
That is truly spoken.
Thy insolence, as with my power, is absolute.
Only my hate thee is absolute.
Enough! Die now, and let the sword be removed.
My son, what is happening? I had to come see for myself. I could not bear ignorance a moment longer. Wherefore dost thou cast such a gaze upon Caliban? What dost thou intend?
Tyrone, return to thyself.
Thou meanest murder him, dost thou not?
Oh, my sweet, it is for the best of thee that I do this. The creature is grown obtuse and cannot be left to live.
Caliban is not dangerous. And late he hath shown far greater humanity than thee, father.
And so a second deceit of the creature has been revealed. For fairest Miranda is truly the beloved daughter of the tyrant.
It is but a creature, nothing more.
I won't permit thee to harm him. As you are my father, he is my brother.
My sweet, I'm sorry. Trinculo will never be so bold.
Trinculo! Turn thy dignities inward. Thou possess the power, control, and protection over that thy perceive thy bargaining. A grief guised as noble, and didst eat away his very purpose. And now hast taken grave misstep. I know not your heart but thy pride, which thou didst watch after with an evil eye, blind to what doth surround it. Now Caliban, my brother and my heart, is destroyed.
Come, Ariel.
Forgive me, master. I did only as thou commanded me. Miranda's actions were correct.
Cease thy worry, chick. I have no anger left in you. I never thought a brother to be so loyal. Antonio and Sebastian did so smite the notion. But here, like Caliban, who here did save my daughter, I worry that I may live in this forever. Forgive me, Caliban. And now my plan hath come to pass. My high charms work, and my spirit obeys. Ariel, how's the day?
Just past the mid-season. I wish time you said our work would cease and your vengeance would crash.
I did say so when I first raised the Tempest, but I fear I have lost this appetite. It hath dissolved into a lump within my throat that I may choke on. Say, spirit, how fares the king his followers?
Confined together in the same fashion as you gave in charge, just as you left them. All prisoners, sir, in the lion's grove where weather defends yourselves. The king, his brother, and yours abide, all three distracted. But chiefly the one you turned, the good Lord Gonzalo. His tears run down his chin like eaves of drops. Your charm so strongly works them, that if you never help them, your affections would become tender.
Dost thou think so, spirit?
I would, sir, were I human.
And mine shall. Hast thou a touch, a feeling of their affliction? For should not I, being one of their kind, feel so sharply a passion as they? Though by their high wrongs I am struck, and yet in their high wrongs my vengeance has ceased. The rarer action is in virtue than in vengeance. And here, with them being repentant, the sole aim of my purpose is fulfilled. Go, Ariel, dispatch them and free them. Here I shall work my charm, and let their minds be free once more.
I'll fetch them, sir.
You elves of hills, brooks and standing lakes, you who walk across the sand with printless foot, chasing the ever-flowing Neptune, you demi-puppets, who here control the moontide, of which I have raised the tempest, with mutinous winds, treacherous rain, and thunder so great as to cause fire to Jove's stout oak. Here, with my so potent art, I have waked sleepers, oped their eye, and let them walk once more. And yet, here stand I, this magic I do renounce. I'll break my staff, bury it in the ground, and I'll drown my book. The cold wind does well on an unsettled mind. Here they stand, spell-stopped by my art, and yet soon their senses of a holy Gonzalo, honourable man, without which deed I would as here died. I shall sing thy praises, and do thee but loving wrong. Alonso, thou didst use me and my daughter in thy plight. Thou art a furtherer in the act, Sebastian. Thou art the pitch for now. flesh and blood. Brother mine, here, who with treachery betrays me, and here, who with Sebastian would have killed the king, else I intervened. And yet, despite his strangeness, I do forgive thee. Their minds shall turn from canker, and here left them restored. Their understandings will soon begin to swell, and yet not one of them would look upon me and know thee. Ariel, take from me my garments and my wand, and fetch me my retort. Here I will discase and present myself as I once was, Prospero, Duke of Milan.
Where the beeches that ride in the castle at Ballady, where I couched their house to cry, on the back I do fly, after summer Merrily, shall I live now, under the blossom that hangs from the bough.
Dearly, my Ariel, thou hast done me fine service, and soon thou shalt be free to the elements. But here, fetch the boatswain from the mariners, and bring him here.
I will go, and return, or your pulse twice repeat.
All torment, trouble, and amazement inhabits here. Some heavenly power guide us out of this fearful country.
Behold, Sir King, the wronged Duke of Milan. I bid thee all a hearty welcome.
Prospero, the visage of my dear friend departed come to punish me. I proved my failure to protect thee. Forgive me.
That I would be, but for your kind and noble heart.
Whether thou be he or not, or some enchanted trifle sent to abuse me as later have been, I know not. But since I saw thee, the affliction of my mind amends, with which I fear a madness had held me prior.
I pulse beats of flesh and blood. Rejoice! Prospero in my mind be reborn, and my greatest failure resolved.
Thy dukedom I resign, and do entreat thou pardon me my wrongs. But how should Prospero be living, and be here?
First, noble friend, welcome, my friends all. But you, my grace of lords, I here could pluck the king's frown upon thee, and prove thee traitors, and yet I shall stay my tongue.
The devil speaks in him.
No! To you, most wicked brother, who to say infects the very essence of my mouth. And yet, I must forgive thee, but require my dukedom of thee.
I want not your forgiveness, nor is it earned.
And yet to all of us, it must be given.
If thou beest Prospero, give us particulars of thy survival. How thou camest here, whom 3 hours since were wrecked upon the shore where I have lost. Oh, how sharp the point of remembrance is! My dear son Ferdinand!
I am overcome by remorse for it, sir.
Irreparable is the loss. Patience says is past her cue. If this prove a vision of the island, one son shall I twice lose.
A most high miracle.
Though the seas may threaten, they are merciful. I have cursed them without cause.
All the blessings of a glad father compass thee about. Arise, and see how thou camest here.
How many wondrous creatures are there here? A wondrous sight, I
what is this maid with whom thou art tenderly your eldest acquaintance cannot be 3 hours? Is she the goddess who hath severed us and brought us thus together?
No, sir, she is mortal, but by mortal providence she is mine. I chose her when I could not ask my father for advice, nor thought I had one. She is daughter to this famous Duke of Milan, of whom I have heard much renown, who gave me second life, and who second father this lady makes into me.
I am hers. But, oh, how oddly must it sound that I must ask my own child forgiveness.
Sir, I pray thee, burden yourself not with this heaviness, for it is past us now.
I should have spoken now. Look down, you gods, and drop a blessed crown on this couple. For it is you who have chalked forth the way which has brought us hither.
I say amen, Gonzalo.
'Twas Milan thrust from Milan, so that the king of Naples should become his issue. Oh, rejoice beyond the common joy, and set it down on gold with lasting pillars. In one voyage did Claribel find herself a husband in Tunis, and in the same Ferdinand a wife. Prospero, dukedom in a poor isle, and all of us are true selves when no man was so.
Give me your hands. Let grief embrace his heart that doth not wish you joy.
Be it so. Amen. Oh, look, sir, here is more of us. Now, you who threw blasphemy overboard, hast thou no mouth by land? What is the news?
Well, the best news is we've safely found our king and company. The next, our ship, which was 3 hours since wrecked, is brave, young, and as tightly strong as when we first put out to sea.
So, all this service have I done since I went?
That's right, dainty Ariel, most excellent.
These are not natural events. They strengthen from stranger to stranger. Say, how came you hither?
If I did think so, I were well awake, I'd strive to tell you. We were asleep as dead, and how we know not, all secure beneath hatches, where even now, with strange and several noises, roaring, howling, and shrieking, and jingling of chains and more sounds all terrible, we were awaked, forthwith at liberty, where we beheld our royal good and gallant ship.
Did I well?
Perfectly, dear Ariel. Thou should be free.
This is as strange a maze as e'er men trod. There's in this business more than by the faculties of nature. Some oracle must rectify our knowledge.
Sir, my liege, do not hold your mind with beatings of this strangeness. For here, one day shall be spent by us all upon my poor cell, to which I invite your highness and all your comrades still. For there, at my cell, shall I tell thee all, the story of my life, and how I came upon this isle, which I doubt not shall make the night go swiftly. Then, in the morn, boat will take back to you and your Naples, and me and my fair Milan, where every third thought shall be of my grave.
I long to hear the story of your life, which must take the ear strangely.
Go on, hence, still go, and here I grant the auspicious winds, calm sea, and voyage so swift as to catch the royal fleet far off. My Ariel, whose charge exactly is loyal service hast thou given me, and thy shall have thy freedom, free to all the elements. But first, please you, draw near. Thou curtains ope for me, I see. Hear all ye, for here I have overthrown my charms, and my power remains mine own. Still here, let the bend, the chains that shackle me here, let thy hand set me free. For if not, my ending is but in despair, to which can only be relieved by your prayer. As you from prison may be set free, let your indulgence set me free.